Chers amis supporters, ce soir, j'ai le plaisir de recevoir notre coach de vous, Verviers Papa Aster, Monsieur Nenad Trajkovic. Nenad, good evening and thanks for coming.
Good evening.
Nenad, the team finished the first part of the season with 3 wins in championship and reached the semi-finals of the Belgian Cup. What are your main satisfactions and your main disappointments about this first part of the season?
From the beginning of the fifth season, when we start preparation for the next season, with the roster, how we somehow created, we knew from the beginning that the season is going to be very tough for us. For this roster with the guys without experience, playing some very strong competition here in Belgium, we knew that it's going to be very tough, and every single winning is going to be huge how to say, will be the big success for us. This is for sure the fans, our supporters expected more of us, but this is our reality. With let's say we brought the 3 guys who could be our main players, like Green, Alexandrov and Nemanja. Green, Nemanja, Alexandrov and Anderson. And they showed, when you take a look on the stats, they show that they really try to justify their role here. But the other guys, I expected of the other guys just to have faster progress. But unfortunately, we couldn't converted them in some, let's say, short period for the period for the players to develop their skills. Of course, this is not short period for the fans. They expect it as soon as possible of this team to win more games. But the process for the other guys to convert them from the, let's say, some unknown players who never play some main roles in their teams in the past, the process to convert them, to rebuild them to be the better players, process is the last of that process is longer, and the fans needs to understand this and to know that with the roster how we created the roster how we had the budget, and the process is going to take longer than the fans expected. This is why I am not so satisfied with the results. But if you compare the team from the last year, who was created with a couple very experienced guys, very older and experienced, who had many leagues in their legs, and with a couple guys who the Belgian guys who really showed that they were very talented in that time and they left the club. If you compare the last season and this season, we are doing better than they did the last season. We get almost in semi-final cup. We won 3 games. At the end, maybe could be more than 5 games last year. And with the roster like this and the roster like, if you compare roster next year, you could see that this roster showed better performance than the roster from last year. This is why I am pleased also. And also, we knew that this season is going to be very tough. With the budget, with everything to cover some deads from the last year and everything, this season is going to be very tough. The fans need to understand this, that this is what is it. We practice very hard. we try to do something. The players, they are not like the players who doesn't want to fight. They really wanted to fight, but this is their ability. This is what is it now.
We have a lot of young players in the team. How do you feel about that? Are you satisfied with that?
This is that was the philosophy of this program, to have some young players and to try to rebuild them, to try to develop them, and to have more Belgium young players here. This year we couldn't collect the most talented guys in Belgium. Maybe next year we could do this. But this year what we brought here in the team, I could be very satisfied how they improved. For example, Yannick, you could see Yannick that the last 3-4 years he didn't have so much minutes in his previous team. He played like 3 minutes. Here he is playing 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. From the beginning he showed the bad performance, but day by day he improved. His shot, especially, he was very bad in his shot. Now we can say that Yannick really can score. He became much better shooter. Also, his court decision is much better. He knows now. He recognizes some situation, how to react on some certain situation. We can say that he improved, but that took time. 5-6 months from the beginning, he was totally out, because this is what that was in that time. The player who played 3 minutes in his career, and now he came here to be like starting 5 with many bad, let's say, things what he had. As I mentioned, the shot and some making decision, court making decision, defensively and offensively. You cannot say that in 1, 2, 3 months he could become a good player. If this is like simple like this, everybody could become great player. To come to some club and to some coach, and everybody could become great player. We could have bunches of great players if this is the process. Like you think that this is simple. This is not simple. It takes time. You have Bleu. From the beginning, Bleu had very bad shooting form. The worst what I saw in my life. The worst in my coaching career. Also, making decision offensively was very bad. He couldn't recognize many situations, many turnovers during the practice. He improved everything. Unfortunately, he got injured. We tried. We did, let's say from the New Year here, or from the Christmas, from that time, we decided to put Bleu in a court to give him more minutes than usually he had. But unfortunately he get injured, and we couldn't do this. And just to show to the supporters also that the guys who is working very hard, who deserve to get more minutes, he could get this in this club. But unfortunately he get injured, and it takes a little bit time to be in good shape, to be in the condition what he was before the injury. It means that the other guys, I'm not telling that the other guys are not good, but Ludovic is the guy who came here for the first time just to practice with the team. He didn't have so much minutes in the third division so far. It means that during the practicing with the first team, he also improved. And now in third division, in BDL league, he became let's say, the player who could score like 20 points, something like this. Last year he was nowhere. Now, practicing with the first team, he improved. And he could be project for the next year to get some minutes in the first division league. The other guys, we don't have some young guys. I'm telling Stefan is not young, but yeah, Stefan is young if you see his playing career in the past, how long he's been playing, what position he's been playing. And now Stefan became very good player. Defensively, he improves his defense a lot. Offensively, he starts scoring some baskets around the basket inside on low post. He was recognized. He was well known as a player who only shoot threes. Now he improved his game inside, especially inside game, especially defense. He could defend the strong five players who are very strong around the basket. This is what I am very pleased. And the other guys, like the American guys, like Chris and Anderson and Green, they are young. They are young. First time playing overseas. To them, that takes time to be adjusted to the rules, to the practices. They don't practice twice a day in the United States. And everything, they are players who only Anderson played like 32 minutes last year in NCAA. Chris was a guy who played like third division college basketball. And he took time for him also to improve his shot. He still struggled on his shot. And this is the point why Chris doesn't get more chance to play, because he couldn't score. Now during the practice, day by day, he showed that he improved last 10 days. I could say that, and I could say him now, Chris, you really can use your shots during the game. Before this, that was gambling. You pass the ball to Chris, you already know that Chris is going to miss because he cannot score during the practice. How he could score during the game? Now Chris improved his shots, and he showed us last 10 days that now, after 5 months practicing, correcting his shots every day, talking with him, he improved his shots. Also, Chris played third division basketball, college basketball. It means that his basketball knowledge was not so high. His basketball knowledge was on the smallest level. He already knew how to jump and how to bring the energy. But the other things, nothing. Also, what the opponent did, they have great scouting. They saw that Chris cannot score, and they put 5 big guys to guard the Chris. And it means that when 5 big guys guard the Chris, we lost the Chris offensively, and we struggle offensively. Only he can jump. Now he showed that his shots, he could be very, very dangerous. If 5 guard him, he could play face to the basket against 5. If 5 let him to shoot, if he score, this is a big, let's say, big changes for him and for our team also. It means that for sure they are young. Some of them, they are not young, but if you see, one more time, if you see the roster, you could see nobody play some roles in their team, except Nemanja in the past, but last year Nemanja didn't play at all. 1 year he didn't play. Also, Nemanja showed that he is a great player, but he never get the role in some small team when he could be the go-to guy. He always played in some big team, when in that big team that was many players who could be the go-to guys. Now, first time in his life, he get a role to be the main player in some club. You need really to be psychologically like person to be ready to accept this role. First time in his life that happened, that everybody expect of him that to be game by game the best player, and he couldn't keep this. He couldn't keep this because that was a huge pressure on him. He is a great player, but he never had the role like he get here in this team.
You spent 22 years working for basketball club Partizan. Could you tell us a bit about this place? How is it?
Partizan is a well-known club, and Partizan is considered like the best club in Europe, maybe in the whole world, to rebuild the player, the best player. And from the Partizan, 11 players went to NBA playing the basketball. In Partizan, like here in Belgium, the players complain that they are working very hard, they are working twice a day, it's too much for them, they never work like this, especially Belgian players. They never work like this is too much, they are tired. In Partizan, they practice 6 hours a day. Hard practice every day, hard practice. They practice on details. Here, when you go on details, they became boring. For them it's boring. They want just to play. But you cannot play if you don't know how to play. And this is the difference between the Partizan and between this team. In Partizan, they choose the best talented player. And after that, they practice very hard with them. Here, we choose the players who could be potentially interested for us. But also, you need to be mentally ready to accept the drills. Coach is demanding. No, in Partizan Belgrade, they don't care about the players. Just, to be polite with them, to do something. Here, if you yell on somebody, they said that you are a bad coach and something like this, you have negative energy and something like this. In Partizan, this is impossible, somebody to tell you that you have negative energy, you practice too much, they are tired. This is impossible. Hard work is only the way how you're going to become better. And each practice play harder than last practice. This is only way how you're going to become better. Here, they don't do this. I don't know why. And if you force them, if you push them, you became bad coach.
Do you think it has something to do with self-discipline or this kind of stuff?
Self-discipline.
Yeah.
We had some problem with the Americans guys, with the self-discipline. With the others, but I only complain that maybe sometimes some of them stayed after the practice and do some stuff, shooting and some stuff. Couple times Stefan, Sebastian couple times, but they are not dedicated for basketball. They need to came before the practice to make some stuff, some shooting, to stay after the practice. Like I heard the story about Shengelia, who was here, who stayed after every practice, night practice, who stayed like 45 minutes and left last the gym. This is self-discipline dedicated for basketball. We don't have here. Especially when you get the opportunity, like some of the Belgian guys, first time in their life that they get opportunity to play 25-30 minutes. You need to know that now it's up of you how much you're gonna become big player, great player. It means that you get opportunity, take every single time to utilize this opportunity. Go and stay after the practice, shooting, do some stuff. That happened a couple times with the American guys. They stayed after the New Year. They stayed after the night practice, especially from 8 to 10, when after 10 nobody's here. They stayed, they shooting like 45 minutes. This is what I was very pleased when I saw them. And this is only about the self-discipline and only about your dedication for the basketball. I don't see here some huge dedication for basketball here.
And to end this interview, what would you like to say to the fans in here?
I would like to say them that I'm very pleased and I appreciate their supporting the club. And also I'm very sorry that we couldn't make them happy after every games. We lost many games with many points. But I would like to tell them that don't leave us, stay with us. We are really trying with this roster, with this capability of the team. We are really trying to make you guys really satisfied with our games, with us. But somehow this is what is it. We're gonna really try to play every single game with the passion, to play every single game, to fight, to make you guys really pleased after the game, in spite of losing or winning the game, just to fight for this club. But don't leave us, try to support us, don't be so mad on us. That guys are great guys, they really try to do their best in this moment, but that was not enough, and they really, the fans really need to understand that the whole our team, the whole our team is the value of one player from Charleroi. This is the point. Charleroi has player who is like 220 euro, 1,000 euro, and we are the team here. The value of this, how we paid that team, this is one guy in Charleroi. It means that you cannot drive the Mercedes and put inside Fiat engine. It means that we really try to fight for this club. Sometimes that was not enough. Sometimes that could be enough. But we really try to make you guys happy, and we really try to do the best, our best for the club. Just don't leave us and just try to support us.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.